Nerd On.
Hello everyone and welcome to the weekly show where I go some of the most interesting news in gaming. This week we're going to mix it up a little bit and I'm going to start off by giving you my impressions of God of War, and they are very positive. And then we're going to move on to some news about Call of Duty and Battlefield, which is very much a sign of the times. And then we'll wrap up with a very surprising Xbox Games for Gold for the month of May that you're definitely not going to want to pass up. This is GameByte. So, God of War. I started playing it this weekend, and trust me, I could barely set down the controller long enough to even make this video. It's that good. And I don't have to tell you that, especially if you're also playing it right now. I don't have a full review for you, but I do have some very good first impressions. Now, what I want to start by saying is that I'm very happy that in an industry with its share of microtransaction controversies and a whole lot of bandwagoning, that the good folks over at Santa Monica Studio were able to dish out a solid gaming experience, with the love and polish that we've come to expect from the studio. They have more than made up for their last major effort, which was the Order 1866 a few years ago. The game looked incredible, but was heavily criticized for a lack of depth in the gameplay department. I am very happy to see Santa Monica return back to the franchise that established them as an amazing studio, and naturally the gameplay is one of God of War's strongest aspects. The game has a surprisingly deep RPG progression system, complete with qualities of loot, crafting, and of course a skill tree to make Kratos even more powerful throughout your playthrough. Combined with a pretty incredibly presented story and awe-inspiring visuals, we might have 2018's Game of the Year locked in already. But of course, that's just one man's opinions. Let me know what you think of God of War in the comments below. Now, not every company is afforded the luxury of a 5-year development cycle, which God of War had. Some publishers have set a precedent for annual releases, like Activision and their beloved Call of Duty franchise. And this year, we're getting Call of Duty Black Ops 4 like you might already be aware of, but one very important detail that is starting to surface is that developers may not have actually worked on a campaign for the game. Yeah, that's right. Rumors are starting to surface that Black Ops 4 will not feature a main story campaign, a first time for the series, albeit not a huge deal for Call of Duty as the game's franchise tends to live off multiplayer offerings like their usual death matches and zombies and all that good stuff. It seems like developers Treyarch and Activision may have made the decision to focus more on multiplayer, namely what all the kids are raving about these days. That's right, Battle Royale. With the success of PUBG and the worldwide phenomenon that is currently Fortnite, I suppose it was just a matter of time until the big dogs followed suit. Now, don't be surprised if this year's Call of Duty Black Ops 4 comes with no campaign and features its own take on the popular genre of Battle Royale. Now, you might be thinking that surely this is just Activision trying to stay trendy and up with the times. While you may be right, it does look like the inspiration is being felt across the street over at the other publishing giant, Electronic Arts. What a surprise! It is also rumored that the next installment of Battlefield will feature a Battle Royale mode as well. However, in this case, it may be actually separated into its own game and offered separately, maybe even for free. In an article on VentureBeat, they reported that if the mode does get greenlit, Battlefield Battle Royale could end up as a new part of Battlefield 5 as a free update. EA has provided a huge amount of support for its shooters in the form of regular expansions and downloadable content, and that is where a last player standing shooter makes the most sense. Anything is possible though. EA could cancel the prototype, it could hold off for the launch of the next Battlefield or Star Wars Battlefront sequel, or it could spin into its own game. I have to say the idea of a Star Wars themed Battle Royale definitely sounds very intriguing, but we all know that these BR games are usually complemented with their slew of microtransaction cosmetics, and I think EA might be still recovering from that whole debacle. I personally think that it would work great as a Battlefield companion. Like the VentureBeat article mentions, their recent approach to treating Battlefield games more like a multi-year platform is definitely paying off with Battlefield 1, and has a pretty good chance of being pretty successful with Battlefield 5. Anyways, we should learn a lot more about Call of Duty and Battlefield 5's BR modes around E3, hopefully in June. Anyways, the final tidbit is, of course, the Games for Gold for the month of May. There's a few games, but the one that I want to mention is Metal Gear Solid 5: The Phantom Pain. I personally missed out on this game when it first came out, so I'll be very excited to finally pick it up. The other gold offerings include Super Mega Baseball 2, Streets of Rage for the 360, and Vanquish for the 360, both of course playable on the Xbox One, so you've got quite a lot going on for this month. But anyways, let me know in the comments below if you are in fact playing God of War and if you are loving it as much as I am. Also, does the prospect of a Battle Royale mode in either Battlefield or Call of Duty pique your interest? Let's discuss. Drop a like if you enjoyed this video and subscribe for weekly gaming news right here on Nerd On. Thanks for watching, happy gaming, and I will see you all next time.